In today's world, trade is the largest of global markets supply chains, which includes competing brands, quality standards, movement of goods across borders, business regulations, cutting-edge skills and services. All these activities match up to make a difference. What is behind the headlines? What impact does it actually have on people's daily lives? How can we develop programs that will support countries to get ahead on trade? Trade activities are getting people to act on the agenda of improving trade globally. Agencies and development partners are supporting countries in their roadmaps for change. It's building strong foundations and helping governments bridge to more support. Business Focus takes a closer look at every step involved in the aspect of trade, from identifying, buying, selling, and distribution of goods and services to various parts of the world. Find out from the people themselves what is happening in the daily trading activities and how they go through the hurdles in achieving greatness, from the fields, factories, gardens, markets, and to the consumer.
Fambu, welcome again to another edition of Business Focus, where the country from Star Television, Channel 21. Well, as always, me with the cover the program, Mina George Elliott Sam. Inside today's edition of the program, we go China. We'll be able to go talk to the ambassador na China, we na Dr. Abdul Karim, Dr. Abubakar Karim, we na the ambassador for Salon inside China. Well, we talk to we in with on so many things where it only do from where President Bio be appointed inside last year, and it don't take barely 9 months na the embassy day where it only serve as Salon ambassador on that particular side. Well, it tell me plenty things that way it don't put in place. One, we look at the facelift of the embassy where it don't do as soon as I see from the clip them where it don't renovate and it don't renovate the embassy, and also you see Usai we talk to other staff them as it don't boost the morale of the staff them at that particular side. It talk on corporations and bilateral meetings and we on the whole businesses that we don't talk to in the area of business. We don't talk to not only in China but other regions across the Asia continent. Usai it represents Salon in not only in China but it cover a whole lot of other countries and stuff inside Asia, where it don't take a tour, it don't work, it don't meet them for cooperation in the area of business, in the area of education, technical training, all the other stuff them. So if we talk to we inside this particular interview where I will do it na Beijing inside China, we talk on a whole lot of other things which we talk about say one of the key things the way we done work on for make sure say they're able for give certificates of Salon, so that Salon self we go the export, we fish them. The fish them whether they pull na Salon. As of now, as they say, we fish them, they need to sell in a euro because they don't get that certification, they don't approve them, they don't qualify. But the irony behind this now that when you look at we fish they say they don't qualify, but where they take another country, it entered at the European market where it be say the losses greatly, and also the cooperation where done they try for do for let it be say China safe, we able to give you that certification, so we fish we aquatic products and we're able to sell them inside China. Where it talks say when you look at the Chinese population, it's over 1 point something billion. Where that going to be a very a great news and advantage to Salone, because if you look at the bigger markets, which are products and they go there, they sell at the pass, you know, that's a they will boost the fishery business in Salone. And we look at so many other things except we we talk about, one another key thing we talk about the area of education. In tenure, we don't say plenty Salone students that don't get scholarship where they go study now in China, and the halala fet way student that they get in terms of for gets them allowances and all the other things. They don't try for settle them. They hold the election peacefully, and they say they don't know a lot of other things, and still they try for work on so many other things that we need for put in place. We see where we come to the infrastructure of the embassy. We also don't put LDC screen. We say they display the I call them the touristic sites, them the beautiful places, the beach, the touristic places they normal at Salone, where they display another particular body where they show, and also when you look at where you go in the net, you really know say yes, the embassy don't take a very good turn in terms of for get a facelift, which they don't put light all over in the place. It's so nice for look. We take a turn at the different offices them, which I will show you, and we'll talk to one or two staff themselves. They show their satisfaction about the way Dr. Abubakar they work with them and the encouragement where they give them. And we talk to Insectary when I want Chinese man himself, talk a lot of good things about the ambassador. And also the FOCAP, the preparation, the up and down, other things. We elaborate on so many things. So let me go in and take that interview there where we will do with Dr. Abubakar Karim, where now be the former agricultural minister, where he served until last 2023 before the Parliament sent out to China as ambassador. As we all know, Dr. Abubakar be lay the foundation and he will do a very good job in the agricultural sector. And I'll say so many people that say not be too happy with a commodity, but that's that, and he say he happy because it make your mark in agriculture and lay the foundation. And HEC say he get a bigger picture where they look at for go represent Salone, where he said I have big honor for him for let he take that venture there. So basically they on that assignment. So let's go in now. Let's go in at Beijing and at the Salone embassy and talk to Dr. Abubakar Karim, where the ambassador from Salone to China.
Thank you very much. Mina, His Excellency Abubakar Karim, Mina the ambassador to China, normally the title the Ambassador Extraordinary and Plenipotentiary to the People's Republic of China, and also accredited to about 11 other countries. We include Japan, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, the Philippines, and then also Australia and New Zealand, and finally North Korea.
Okay. Tell me how you look like from where you come as ambassador. What are some of the things where you done it to?
Well, thank you very much again for this opportunity. And I think the praise and thanks goes to His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Madabio, for in visionary foresight for actually decide that FOCAM, Naya, FOCAM also help for promote Sierra Leone and the interests of Sierra Leone, now the People's Republic of China. Obviously, since I don't come, a lot don't happen. But I think before I even before I go further into that, I just want to state that, China is one of our biggest partners. We relationships span over 50 years, and so many things don't they happen. And the pace of development in China over the last two decades has been very astronomical, and I think we can only emulate them. And also, if you look, the partnership put on there, the relationship put on there between we and China has been very good. And some of the footprint there, we already they seen a Freeton, where they focus on areas of infrastructure, areas of mining, and so on and so forth. So His Excellency see it fit that it is also very important in terms of particularly the old and even support we exchange programs and so on and so forth, that we for do more with China. And therefore, I want to tell and thank you, we give me the chance for let Kanaya and can continue for doing work. So since I don't come, I actually take up office in October last year. And since I arrived in October, I think a lot of things we don't do. First of all, I want to thank the staff that were meeting here. We don't work together relentlessly for make sure say we put the image of the country before. Before that, before I even assume the office, I decided for develop putting and call as my 5-year strategic plan. And that 5-year strategic plan, because there is a saying that if you not plan well, you plan for fail. And I think say before you go into any place, understand that the dynamics and look what you need. And the 5-year strategic plan I decided for put together so that together with the staff Naya, we sit down, we look at her and see how we promote the image and the interest of Sierra Leone. In so doing, we look at key areas there where they include infrastructure, obviously trade and investment, when a critical component really, and see how we'll bring Sierra Leone to the people, or out the outside world, and the outside world to Sierra Leone, for let them understand what are the investment opportunities there within the country. And so we look at a broad areas, in terms of the things that we'll go do. And in terms of how we'll get the embassy working more and more for do promotional activities, for do investment forums, who will actually bring in investors that will go Sierra Leone. And when I go down see quite recently, the good number of uptake of Chinese companies that now where they go. And then I credit to His Excellency the President, because in state visit, under Mio regime, in February, when at the first time they don't get a state visit of that nature, within the period of the lunar year, I think that'll be the first state visit for this year. And that says a lot. And since that time, we undertake an investment forum. We don't see now Chinese companies, then they go Sierra Leone more. That's not simply because in the past, they not be even know a lot about Sierra Leone. Apart from the few companies that we did, we will not say they don't left a big footprint. So as they say, I take over, presented my strategic plan, and we've been working as a team. And what in that mean is that, first of all, any side where they go, the facelift of that place there, now they begin for talk about you. Because if somebody want go see you, he look inside you there, he look the outside, and they get a different impression about you. So I saw it fit that let we give a better facelift to the embassy. And I'm sure in the evenings, if you can, you say go be very happy with what you see. Now we can boast of, an LED screen where they actually regularly show, the beautiful landscape, the beautiful beaches, the opportunities there within Sierra Leone in various sectors, and also you go see the brightness of even with coat of arm, where they really, any sign away to map. If you look along the street now, I think on we own side, now Sierra Leone get the brightest, facelift where you go see. So it's easier now for be noticeable. But I did not stop there. Like they say, if you want to build the image, it's not just about beautifying the place, but for let people they know about it. So the other thing what we do was that I realized, say, forever, as far as I can tell, we'll not get a functional website. We all know, say, this is a critical thing. We will use as a way for communicate to the outside world, and it make it also easy for let people let them interact with we, So we undertake that one day. We don't get a functional website. We the website now Sierra Leone Embassy, China.gov.sl, So if you want for know more about the embassy, you want to know about what thing that happen, you just go into that as a www.sierraLeoneEmbassyChina.gov.sl, and you go see what thing that happen there. Done Padande, we actually look at, obviously, because all of this what they talk about is just really just about beautifying the place, but we make sure say staff themselves feel very happy. And we look now also at things like how we will promote the image of the country. And through that time, I don't care go a few companies there where they actually go for impact on development in the country. One such one, wherein we get a Chinese company now who want to look for establish an industrial park. And this, not to say they go depend on government, then they bring their own money come for actually undertake that. What that means is that it will create job and opportunities. It will also ensure that some of the things that they produce or they import, we will actually able to produce the inside the country. Because one of the company I go see the same work when they do now Nigeria, together with the Deputy Minister of Lands, one of the officials from NIB, the National Investment Board, and also the Ministry of Trade. And we go see what they do. They're very impressive. So we believe, say, if they establish that day, and the way they establish that they bring in companies that would already agree for go produce inside the country, and then I think we go actually create an impact. We get the others the way they go for things like mining. There are a few companies now they go towards mining. But then I think one of the other key things where I believe is very strategic during the visit of His Excellency, the President, will be able, through the engagement, for make sure say we get some debt cancellations, okay, of over 20 million. We also they give away about 50 million, and then we are working now on what we call currency swap line between the two countries, which means we peg the Leone against the RMB. We will be actually very good, particularly for our business people them. So in future, if you want to do business one Canada, you don't need for say pass you get dollar. You understand, that is going on. We also get a food support of about 1,500 metric ton, of food support. That also not a big area of support. We also signed some strategic agreements them, okay, where they border around the feed salon program when agriculture, where you will see now a lot of Chinese then they don't begin for interface with the Ministry of Agriculture for support His Excellency in feed salon agenda when one of the big five stem, only stop for that one day. We also now working on what we call resource-backed lending. And I think that is what actually will be the game changer, in the sense that with the engagement we don't go on, with the establishment of the Mineral Wealth Fund, with the establishment of the Mines and Mineral Development Corporation, headed by Karim, I think with what would they try to agree on, if then they work out, the country will be, available to a huge amount of resource funding will help us for doing infrastructure developments, And when I say infrastructure, you know what in that means. We are not just talking one item. We are talking roads. We are talking bridges. We are talking new cities and so on and so forth. So these are all within this time frame we would all undertake.
Okay. Now, one person we know and plenty Sierra Leoneans know say you always deliver on the mandatory thanking you. One typical example would be the Ministry of Agriculture, where you without the head in HE in Foster. People that see some of the things and more expectation therefore you, some of the things that we don't know and people then expect much back from you. Now look in the area of education, where you talk about cooperation between China and that of Sierra Leone. How best you don't feel say you know they come into that area, therefore make sure say more opportunities be given to Sierra Leonean students for let them come and further their education there.
Thank you very much. We all, as you're absolutely correct. First of all, I also want to thank His Excellency for giving me the opportunity for work in our Ministry of Agriculture. And I think, say, as you don't say, you can attest, because you self be there around, that I laid a very solid foundation for agriculture. We, I believe, say, the person now within in charge go build on that one day for make sure say we attain His Excellency in agenda. Coming here obviously is another new challenge, but one that I cherish, because what He give me not just limit me just to agriculture. It opens a wider range of opportunity in all the fields then. So to your point specifically, in the area of education, we don't see the support where China don't give it. We don't see the exchange programs the way has been undertaken. Because when you talk about education, it's not just about formal education. We have people where they come for can learn, can get knowledge, exchange of knowledge, can actually understand how things then work now. That is all part of education. And I can tell you, I don't know the figure, but I believe say from last year to now, we have over several hundreds of Sierra Leoneans them. We don't come for can undertake, have small programs them, where they also lead to capacity building. And when I know say then capacity building, they actually help for inform the way would they able for operate or do governance. That said as well, during this time, we also don't get scholarships them. We don't the Chinese government don't give under MOFCOM, under the CSC. They don't come. They are actually here now. We get students there within now with the Palan. In fact, the next set of students I think then say don't even come safe, where then they can continue for pursue their educational functions there. So I think say within this time frame, I also continue more and more for advocate for more scholarships. And it's not even just China. I mean, China and they are sit down. But like I said, I get other jurisdictions there where I don't go to. Recently, I go present credential in New Zealand when I the first time in the history where they don't take place. And during the period, I don't advocate for the opportunity for more scholarships, for support with educational system. The last time His Excellency came, we don't sign some twinning agreement with the University of Geoscience na Wuhan, with Ministry of Higher Education, where they are actually going to work directly with the University of Kono, for help with particularly in mining issues and things like that. So these are all big opportunities, them area of learning where they actually impact on our education landscape. So a lot is being done. We'll continue to do that, and I believe say within this time frame, so much has been done, under the area of education.
Now look at another, when you talk about the bilateral relation, it's encompassed, let's say, every other thing where if we make two nations and, go come together and try for work and do things with in a very peaceful and respectful way. Now look at the area of um, technical education. We talk about education, but you know, His Excellency always they talk about the middleman level for Bila. That's why he don't establish two other technical universities as recent as 2021. Now look at how you feel, say, you they want to go able to give more opportunities to the universities and students them, not only to the formal education, but you look at it, the technical aspect of Sierra Leone itself.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, like I said earlier, we did talk about education. It's not just about formal education, and like you rightly said, the middle manpower. This is where the big challenge is, and we need a lot of technical, vocational institutions there for support that. So as a result, some of them tell them what they do. We actually also engage with the institutions then for provide more vocational institution training. um, I don't talk come. A few people then don't come. We don't engage in learning, key areas them, of studies, technical vocation. We don't go back. We'll continue for actually do that. But I think what thing they happen is, not just get for be one way. You understand? What me they now fight for, now then same uh, program they can let we establish institutions there where they favor that. Recently, we traveled na Henan province. Na Henan province, one of the district them, we go na one of the township, we go na one of the institutions them, where then they learn, then they teach you about motor mechanics. When I say auto mechanics, it's not just about what they say na the kind garages they would. When they talk about really the actual use of the vehicle, starting from how they build them, all the way to operations. And they don't tell me, say, they're ready for actually provide vocational training education for our Sierra Leoneans there who will can learn and go back. But what does that mean? It is not just for can learn and go. You also need to get the infrastructure on the ground for actually utilize that there. Because if you can't study, and then the equipment there with if you even do that work there, you not even get another country, then you got the wasted knowledge. So I'm also working now for I don't meet companies there we ready for go establish institutions we go then go teach you. And also what that means also is not just about somebody go university and go straight into next job. It can come also get that experience there and go help for impact that one day. So I'm working on all of those, and I believe say in line with the ministries now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Commerce, and the Ministry of Education, then we're able to provide us with as many scholarship and support for let our compatriots then can learn and go back and impact on our society.
Okay, before we go, let's look at the upcoming FOCAP, where we believe say His Excellency is one key figure where President Xi they expect for the part of the delegations that really they come for from African leaders. Um, Tell me a little bit about the FOCAP itself, because plenty Salomon out there where they watch you now, no actually gets the knowledge about this program and the importance of it.
Thank you. I think that's a very, very salient question. And I think it's important that Sierra Leoneans, they understand what in the FOCAC mean. Okay. FOCAC basically now the forum for the cooperation between Africa and China, and this is where, China, obviously, they work with African countries then for see the kind of a collaboration they would then go get in various areas, including obviously global peace, including industrialization, including the Belt and Road Initiative, where they focus more on infrastructure development. And then also, we're looking at things like state governance, but then primarily also looking at areas, of climate change and so on and so forth, and how then will actually help Africa for let Africa develop. So this is a forum where they bring together all African leaders for see how China and Africa can work in the mutual best interest for both sides. And so it is a very important summit. And one of the things we also very important for us as Sierra Leone is the fact that we president is now sitting on the Security Council. We all know say he don't take over the seat and has done exceptionally well, crying or advocating, not to crying, advocating for Africa's representation, permanent representation in the Security Council. And that's not a big milestone that one day. So in a one person, we then they look forward to, particularly the Chinese government, and they have been very, very supportive. From the time we go into the bid, they have supported us. We also know, say, His Excellency is chairman for Security Council 10 for Africa, and also the chairman for the African Peer Review Mechanism. So that put on a very strategic and critical position where they go actually interface and discuss with encompassing them. And a more important country like China, when a global player, it will be a win-win situation for us. So they are expecting him, and Fole, he also play a key role. Again, for make a statement there, So when I look forward to that one day, but more importantly, this FOCAC, this is where they actually discuss how Africa and China for work. What are the things that we Africa need for its development? You understand? What in China will actually help for let Africa achieve. It's a two-way thing. Sometimes people can feel say not just a one-way track. No, because China for let themselves develop, there are certain things they need. For example, all this astronomical development will don't take place. For you, we don't Canada, you don't see where you travel. If they tell you say this is China, compared to TDRE, where they back home, are completely different. You understand? All that they come about because they also need certain resources they will get for help for let them develop their own place. So a lot of what they see, now what in themselves they get from we in exchange. But on the other side, they say they help we for let we self develop, we self your infrastructure, develop, come up to standards that we self require. Because I make them say we and them are equal partners with mutual respect. So this is a forum where we don't actually, as ambassadors, we don't sit down together with the government of China and our government and don't put together a strategic document for implementation. And that implementation plan also is those are the things that they get for agree on, we will now get for follow. So at the end of it, a certain amount of fund will be released for support Africa in its development. So now it will be left now up to individual African countries for actually put together, right projects or access the resources that are available on a win-win situation on a bilateral basis. So many things that don't they we really we don't they do with the support of the Chinese government. As I don't say, our relationship stem back several years, and we don't they benefit from one another. And one of the key things they will not be done the area, and about the fish harbor under the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources. We know say this now one key area within at the heart of His Excellency the President. We're now in an advanced stage with that. Already, they don't sign the implementation agreement. And hopefully, we expect say before the FOCAC, some other agreement will be finalized. We go mean now, then we'll actually start with the fish harbor construction. But more importantly, as well, is that one of the two that they cry for, as soon as go know, for we people them will not be ever know this. When they see that they can't take with fish then but the problem we'll get is we're not able to export and directly to Europe and America because they say we need to get certain standards for meat. But the irony is that companies then they can't fish, can go to other country. That same fish they end up in Europe. So in conversation with the Chinese government, they don't agree. Say we will go into, then will provide we certification. We will mean that we fish product then now will be exported to China directly, and this is a big thing, because what it means is that it creates not only job, but it creates a big market, one of the biggest market. We are talking about 1.4 billion people, that is a market where nobody can joke with. And we know the love where Chinese then get for aquatic products. And that we don't almost complete everything now through the bureau we're responsible for giving that certification. As an ambassador, together with the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources and the Chinese Embassy in Freetown, we don't work religiously for make sure say that they happen. And then I can assure you say, will be out in the shortest possible time. That is something we need for celebrate His Excellency the President. Because then we don't need again for rely for say pass to fish there, then get for can do care and go now another country, then go process and then before then care and go. It can be processed directly from Sierra Leone and exported to China. So that's one big achievement and as well we don't do, as a result of the relationship between we and China.
Okay, finally, as they go now, what's not the way forward? What's not the next step for the ambassador himself? When are some of the other things there? Because just like I say, when plenty of people get for this interview, they say, hey, yes, we expect this, we expect that. So what's not the way forward in terms of, moving from also which you don't do some of the things and which is the and they expect from you and, the work we do there.
Thank you. I think for me, the way forward right now for let we focus really for deliver on His Excellency in mandates. Because His Excellency don't put a mandate for we. And I think our preoccupation now for make sure say he leave a lasting legacy will go stand the test of time. So at this juncture, what he may continue for do? Now for do everything possible for let His Excellency succeed. And what that means is that wherever His Excellency wants me, I'm ready to undertake and perform to the best of my ability. I've been very fortunate. I've been very lucky. I'm not to mean that the only Sierra Leonean we get the capacity for do what they do. I am one out of 8 million Sierra Leoneans. So if I've been chosen by His Excellency, I think the best I can say, thanks to him and continue for make sure say, we make him proud, we make Mama Salon proud, we put Mama Salon now the picture, and we continue, as much as possible for bring investment opportunities we will make Sierra Leone better. For me, that's now my preoccupation at this point in time, and I'm very, very happy with what they do. I get a fantastic team now, who they work with. Since I've been here, it has been quite peaceful. We are delivering, So I hope that at any point in time, when I need me, I'm available, and I want to thank you particularly for taking the time for can't see me. You said there on a program now, but you saw it fit that you need for can let you can engage me, let you understand what they do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay, Famba, I believe say you don't watch that interview there, and say plenty thank you to Dr. Abubakar Karim, we are the ambassador for Salon inside China, where he began through that interview there, where we'll be able to talk to him. Well, then I honor for we, and also I know say you when they watch the program, you don't see some of the things we don't see some of the effort we don't put in place for make sure say the bilateral relationship between Salon and that of China continue, and also how if you say it help Sierra Leoneans in the area of education, in the area of job creation, and also fostering more economic tie between Salon and China, because we don't see so many big companies from China not away, that is through your own effort where they make the meetings the way they get, and also with the blessing of HE President Bill, it only try for CC and bring more companies inside Salon and give more access. He emphasized on the area of technical training. He said that that's in the press for the more Sierra Leoneans able to get the technical training, because when you look at HEBO in message and the things that we can tell you, they talk about the human capital development. And when you talk about the human capital development, you have to look at the middleman level power. The middleman level power, that's now the job, the technical, the hands-on job trainings, technical trainings, where salon people forget. We don't need for the export, I call them table, chairs, then furnitures. We need a need for the make them. And when you look at auto mechanic also, we don't need for the same we must carry China or overseas for let them go try for make them. Then we need factories and where they need for do some of the things. And you look at the mining sector, we need to get people that were technically inclined for deal with and operate some of the equipment that they use now they're mining sites then. Well, as always, we still, as a country, we still they look up to China, and also we still they try to foster the relationship, because when you look at a win-win situation with it. Well, China they give the knowledge and other things involved in the way wise self, then get raw material and other things that whether they profit from. So that's why the president always say it's a win-win cooperation between China and Salon, and we pray that this cooperation, this particular cooperation, will continue, because we don't see say HEBP a visit day where that we talk on so many things, and we hope say Salon we're able to hit that market, and we self we're able to stand tall in terms of infrastructure, economic development, food security, health, and all other things, electricity, what would they look at? So many other things, and Fabul, I believe say you don't get that, and that's not that. Well, inside the program today, as I tell you, Dr. Bakarr Karim, when the ambassador for China, will be talked to and self, Mr. be take a tour around Beijing and Nahunan province and other places except where I visit inside China. But that will come in another edition of the program. We will stop here today, and I say plenty thank you to everybody who taking time for watch the program. Remember, say this program they come every Wednesday from 6 to 7, and the repeats they come from 2 to 3. Then on Friday. So if you miss the live program, afford for watch the repeat. Well, my cameraman for today, don't be a no man. We always they give you the support for make sure so this program reach you. And to all the guys in the control room, we say plenty thank you to the all. So till next week, Mina George say tata, God bless you and stay blessed.